After a game, Carl Furillo of the Dodgers looks for his pretty wife and a mild cigarette, a Camel, of course. Carl tried many different brands before he decided on Camels as his steady smoke. It was the sensible 30-day Camel test that really convinced him just how mild a cigarette can be. Follow Carl's lead. Smoke Camels yourself. You'll see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel is America's most popular cigarette by billions. Here's an impromptu interview with screen star Dennis O'Keefe.
About how long have you been smoking Camels?
Well, rough guess, I'd say about 15, 20 years.
Were Camels your first love in cigarettes, or did you try other brands?
Well, they weren't my first love. No, I smoked some other brands before I switched to Camels.
Well, did you find that Camels were better, taste better, get along with your throat?
Well, yes, they get along wonderfully with your throat. The main thing is that I like the taste of them. I think that anybody that smokes for the pleasure that they get out of it, and I get a big kick out of Camels.
Well, you're around the studios, the sound studios, that is, quite a bit making pictures. How long do you work during the course of a day?
Well, we work 8 hours during the course of the day, not counting overtime, which we manage to wiggle in once in a while. And, of course, during that time, we talk continuously. That's what we get paid for, you know.
Well, don't you feel that your cigarettes have to be pretty mild, then?
Well, yes, a mild cigarette's a very important part of a cigarette. If they haven't got mildness, why, they irritate you and cause hoarseness, etc. I find Camel's a very mild cigarette, but at the same time, well, you know, you've had a good smoke.
Say, I can see you're enjoying it. Dennis, did you make your own 30-day Camel mildness test?
Well, personally, I've made the 30-day Camel test many, many times over. But it didn't take me 30 days either to know that this was my brand. Just about the first pack, I think.
Thanks very much, Dennis.
Say, there's Dennis O'Keefe.
Right. Looks just like he does in the movie.
Gee, he's good looking. Let's walk past this table.
Now, let's not be too obvious.
Look, he smokes Camels just like we do.
Sure, I smoke Camels. Have one?
All right. Thank you.
How about you?
Much obliged.
I'd like to tell you why I smoke Camels. And like many actors and actresses I know, I've smoked them for years. I've never found another cigarette that comes up to Camel's rich, full flavor. And here's the reason it's so important to me as an actor. When I changed to Camels, I found out that they agree with my throat, pack after pack, and week after week. Try Camels yourself. Smoke them for 30 days and see if you don't agree with me. You'll see why Camel is by far America's most popular cigarette.
Cigarette mildness is important to actors and singers. That's why so many smoke Camels. Listen to Dennis O'Keefe.
When I changed to Camels, I found that they agree with my throat. Pack after pack, week after week. And no other cigarette comes up to Camels for flavor.
Here's your script for tomorrow, Mr. Hames. Rehearsal at 2.
Oh, thanks, Madge. Say, you know something, Madge? Anybody in this business has a pretty tough schedule. For example, I just made a new movie, got some new records to cut, with radio and television guest appearances, and get kind of rugged.
Kind of rugged on your voice. Oh, I see you're a Camel smoker, too.
I sure am. With all the singing I do, I've got to think of my throat. And believe me, Camels have a mildness that agrees with my throat, and a rich flavor I couldn't find in any other cigarette.
Try Camels yourself as your steady smoke for 30 days. Your T-Zone will tell you how mild and good-tasting Camels are, pack after pack, week after week. You'll soon see why Camel is America's most popular cigarette, leading all other brands by billions.
Every puff's a pleasure. Folks, you can well imagine how important my voice is to me. So naturally, I have to have a cigarette that agrees with my throat. So I smoke Camels. They suit my throat and taste to a T. Why don't you change to Camels, too?
Let's watch a motion picture in the making.
Your racket's over, sweetheart.
Believe me, I hate to see a pretty girl like you go to jail.
Okay, print it. Relax, everybody. You too, Mr. Powell.
Well, that's something I really know how to do. Whether it's between scenes in a motion picture or during rehearsals of my radio program, Richard Diamond, I know how to relax. I just sit back and enjoy Camel. There's real flavor for you. I smoke Camels regularly because they're mild and they agree with my throat. And that's mighty important when you use your voice as much as I do.
Try Camels yourself as your steady smoke for 30 days. Your T-Zone will tell you how mild and good-tasting Camels are, pack after pack, week after week. You'll soon see why Camel is America's most popular cigarette, leading all other brands by billions.
Yes, make a note. Think of your throat. Enjoy Camels. I always do.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
Tens of thousands of doctors in all branches of medicine, in all parts of the country, were asked that question.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
The brand named most was Camel. Yes, surveys show more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Smoke Camels, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy. What cigarette do you smoke? You'll be interested to know how the doctors of America answered that question. Tens of thousands of doctors. Doctors in all parts of the country, in every state of the union. Doctors in every branch of medicine were asked,
What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?
in this nationwide survey of general practitioners, surgeons, throat specialists, diagnosticians, and so on, the brand named most was Camel.
Yes, according to this survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself. Make the one sensible cigarette test. Make your own 30-day Camel mildness test in your T-Zone. Smoke only Camels for 30 days. Enjoy Camel's rich, full flavor. And see how well Camels agree with your throat. Pack after pack, week after week. See for yourself why Camels are so popular with the doctors of America.
how often does your job call you out of bed in the middle of the night? Well, if you were a doctor, it would be often. And generally, there isn't much time to spare.
Coffee, Doctor?
Oh, fine. Have a Camel with your coffee. Thanks. You know, this night work's kind of rough, isn't it? That's right. But a Camel's always a pleasure.
Yes, folks, the pleasing mildness of a Camel is just as enjoyable to a doctor as it is to you or me. In a nationwide survey, doctors in all branches of medicine were asked, what cigarette do you smoke, doctor? The brand named most was Camel's. Tens of thousands of doctors, general practitioners, surgeons, specialists, doctors in every branch of medicine were included. And according to this nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
Preacher Rowe of the Dodgers is an expert fisherman and takes every opportunity he can to go fishing. And part of his equipment is a pack of Camels. He tried many different brands and has this to say about Camels.
No other cigarette can compare with Camel's for mildness or flavor.
Smoke Camels for 30 days. Through steady smoking, you'll discover how mild and good-tasting Camels are. You'll see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel is America's most popular cigarette by billions.
The Cleveland pitching staff is considered one of the strongest in the leagues, and one of the Indians' mound stars is Early Wynn. Wynn, a 20-game winner in 1951, is especially effective when the pressure is on. Early, or Gus as he's sometimes called, is a husky Alabaman. He's a cool right-hander, and his coolness has paid off in strikeouts. Watch him charge that bunt in a morning workout. You have to be pretty good to lay one down past Wynn. Like so many major league ball players, Early enjoys his moments of relaxation with a Camel cigarette. Before Wynn picked Camels for steady smoking, he tried the various mildness tests. The test that gave him the proof he wanted was the 30-day Camel test. He discovered that puff after puff, Camels have a mildness that agrees with his throat and a flavor that doesn't tire his taste. Try Camels yourself. You'll soon see why, after all the tests, Camel is America's favorite cigarette. Just because Ilona Massey has reached stardom does not mean she has stopped studying. Beautiful Ilona takes every chance she can get to improve her voice.
Well, let's take a break, Ilona. How about time out for a cigarette?
Oh, if it's Camel, yes. Once a Camel smoker, always a Camel smoker. Thank you. You see, I found that out when I made my own 30-day Camel mildness test. Camels are just right for my throat, and you know how much that means to me. After all, I use my voice quite a great deal. Besides, I've never smoked another cigarette that tastes as good as a Camel.
See for yourself how mild, how flavorful, how enjoyable Camels are, pack after pack. See why more people smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Change to Camels today.